My name is Amy, and I'm a 34-year-old art conservator. I live on an island called Garrick's 8, which is located in southwest London in the middle of the River Thames. The island is home to 22 houses and is named after the 18th century actor David Garrick. 8 years ago, I made an impulsive decision to move to the island after being priced out of the rental market in nearby Kingston upon Thames. The reason this was such a crazy decision is because the island has no land access and can only be reached by boat. I live with my 2 cats, Rambo and Anakin, as well as my dog Lemon. You may think that island life is all sunsets, kayaking and cocktails, but the realities of dealing with Mother Nature, temperamental boat engines and the local wildlife always keeps you on your toes. Join me on this adventure as I renovate my house and garden, learn more than I ever thought there was to know about boating life on the Thames, and jump feet first into all the new experiences coming my way. Welcome to my island life.
Here we go! Only been waiting for this moment since I bought this in February and only wanted a hot tub for about 5 years. So this is the cover all inflated. There is the pool all inflated. And we are at Village. I have the tiniest jet of water, which means that it's going to be the slowest ever to fill. And this is also where we'll find out how level my deck is, or my terrace is. So I'll check back with this in about 8 hours. So as you can see, the mat underneath it is made for lots of different models, and mine's a small model, so the mat's quite big. So I'm actually, now that I've decided its position, so it's sort of tucked in the corner, but I've still got enough room down the side to get to the flower bed, which I clearly need to finish sorting out. So I am going to trim the mat around it so that it doesn't look so ugly, and so that all you see is hopefully nice gravel. Sadly, I need to wait for another order of gravel to arrive to finish the terrace, but the pool will be ready soon. Good evening. It is Sunday night, it's about 9 p.m. It's been a really hot weekend, like 30 degrees both days. I was working all day today outside in the sun, so that's why I'm quite red, even though I did put a lot of sun cream on and was wearing a hat, so oh well. And all I could think about all day was get home and enjoy the hot tub slash pool, as I'm considering it at the moment, because it's obviously so hot out that I probably don't want it that warm. I want it to be refreshing. So I was thinking about it all day. I thought, yes, by the time I get home tonight, the chemicals will have evened out and it should be good to go. And I'll only have to just put it on for an hour as I'm pottering to get it to a decent temperature, and then I'm going to be in there enjoying it. I've got a nice bottle of wine, so ready to do that. That was at, well, I got home at 5:30, 6 o'clock, so I was expecting by sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock to really be in it and enjoying it. Well, even though it was hot and sunny all day, we then had a massive thunder shower, and even though where I was it didn't really rain as much and it was just really muggy after, clearly at home they had torrential rain for I don't know, probably maybe a good part of the day, and now the heat has broken and it's not as warm as it was. So I've come home and realised that having the hot tub at 27, 28 degrees is not going to be pleasant. So I have been waiting around for it to heat up all evening. It's now at 34 degrees, and so I think I'm going to venture in shortly and hope that it's warm enough.
Spotted, caught in the act. A little Anakin cat sitting on top of my hot tub. This will not stand, especially because if he punctures it, he's going to be in deep trouble.
This is how the garden currently looks. So, as you can see, that's how much gravel I have. That's how much I need left, or I need more to finish. And it's all looking rather lovely. But I am really not sure about the colour of this gravel. It's very grey, and with the blue, oh hello Toby. This is Toby, I'm dog sitting him for a couple of days this week. Clearly Toby likes the gravel. It's a good place to keep cool. Not like Lemon, who just likes to sunbathe on the boat all day. She's not a diva at all. But I am not sure about this colour gravel. It's very light coloured, well, but it's kind of, I don't know, the grey and the blue and the black, it's quite cold coloured. So I've sort of been living with it for a week and I'm not really sure if I like it. So this is Cotswold stone. It's a much sandier colour, as you can see, and it's a much lighter colour, and it's just a bit warmer. But is it too yellow? Anyways, this is just out the bag, and what I've learnt is that you need to actually wash the gravel to get all the kind of dust off it, and then you'll see the real colour. So let's go ahead and give it a wash, and then let's see what it looks like compared to the grey. And I need to make a decision because I do need to order more gravel to finish it off, because this is really frustrating to only have half a patio. It's a bit crap. So yeah, let's give this a wash. I think the issue that I have with the colour of the gravel is that it's very grey in tone as compared to the wood and all of the kind of concrete and stuff around it, which is sort of quite a sort of browny sandy colour, and so it does look quite jarring. However, it's hard to know if it won't look as jarring once the path is painted and that's kind of black and white, so then maybe it won't look as jarring. It's very hard. I think I'm going to have to live with what's here for a while. I might have to get on and paint the walkway and the stairs and make the gravel decision after I've done that, which is a bit frustrating because I really wanted to finish the patio area before I started kind of the next big project. But it would be awful to change to a different colour of gravel, obviously spend another couple of £100 on that, and then paint the walkway and realise that it's the wrong colour. There's only so much level of gravel I can build up. It would be nice not to waste what I've already, or cover what I've already got down there. So I'm just not very sure at the moment. I think I need to go ahead and start the walkway painting project, and maybe I will then kind of see how it's all going to look. Dilemma.
So we had a bit of Lemon drama this week. She was sunbathing in her usual spot in the garden, and got stung by something and had quite a dramatic allergic reaction. I was at work at the time, and thank goodness my amazing neighbours were looking in on her and were able to call the vet and give her antihistamines. We were confused about what stung her, but today I realised that I have a wasp's nest under the sleeper beam right where she likes to sunbathe. So now I need to decide how to deal with this little gift of nature. Suggestions welcome, please.
So I'm having a bit of a stop and think about what I've done so far in the garden, where I'm at, where I want to go with it all, what still needs to happen, what do I do next. So the patio area is sort of finished. It needs the extra gravel, which I haven't decided what colour I'm going for yet, and if I'm going to keep the colour I have, if I change the colour. And I don't think I can make that decision until I carry out the painting of the walkway, because I think that's going to have quite a big visual impact. It's going to be black and white, and I think that that would either look really good with the darker grey colour, which I don't like currently because it doesn't seem to go with anything else, or maybe it'll look good with the sort of Cotswold browny kind of sandy colour. I'm not really sure, hard to tell until it's kind of there. So, but that's a big project because that is power washing all of the top terrace and the stairs and the walkway, cleaning them all off, also digging out all of the weeds and the moss growing through some of the stones, which is a big project, especially because it's so hot and sunny right now. We're in a bit of a heat wave, that to spend hours outside on my hands and knees in sort of 30-degree heat with no shade is just, the thought kind of makes me a bit sick. So that is kind of a long project, also because it needs to be done in stages. It needs to be kind of painted, left to dry. Then I need to do, I found these really cool stencils online that are specifically for sort of concrete patios and terraces and things. So I need to kind of get those, but I'll need a few of them, and they take a little while because you can do sort of a few at a time and then you have to wait for them to dry, and then you can do the ones next to them so you don't kind of blur all the different colours of paint and stuff. And then you need to seal over those so that they're protected from dirt and dust and things. So it's going to have to be approached with sort of small sections at a time, and I think it's going to be a big job, and it's going to take a little while. So I'm not prepared to do that just yet. I mean, like soon. I just need to, maybe next month I need to get all the stuff, or I need to start the prep now, and we'll just see how it kind of goes along. The other big thing that I wanted to do is the idea of the awning along above where I'm sitting, above the terrace. You know, my ultimate dream would have been to have one of those retractable awnings that I showed in one of the first episodes. And I did discuss this with my landlord, and they were, you know, really positive about the whole thing. But I think the reality after looking into it a bit more is that these things are very heavy, and the house is a sort of timber built house, and we just can't guarantee that the fascia front of the house would be able to withstand that amount of weight. And obviously the last thing we want to do is to break the house. So we're sort of looking at, I was sort of looking at, you know, what are other similar options. The idea is to keep the sun off of all the windows, off of the glass that you can sort of see behind me, because as soon as the sun hits the windows and the house, then the house heats up and you just can't cool it down. So I was looking at like a sun sail. Those are usually mounted on poles, but I'm sort of wondering if I can attach it to the house and use a sort of quite a light kind of ripstop fabric. So I've ordered some fabric, I've ordered all the pieces that I think I will need to make this myself. The fabric arrived, it's very neon orange, which wasn't quite the colour I wanted. I was looking for more of like a terracotta orange. but I think I've decided that I'm going to go for it and make it and install it and see how it all works. If it works properly and does the job, then I can look at buying some more fabric, remaking the sail in the right shade of orange, and then if it doesn't work or I'm not happy with it, then that's fine. It's chalk it up to lessons learned. The good thing about ripstop is that it's not hugely expensive. I think I calculated I needed 7 meters, and that's about, I think it cost me about £25, so it's not hugely painful. And I got some fixings and fittings which I'll show later when I'm making it, and they weren't hugely expensive either. So if it works, it could be a really cost-effective, simple alternative and quite effective. So let's hope that's what happens. But again, that's going to take a bit of time and probably a second set of hands, because I'll need help getting the measurements and the locations of all the attachments and things right. But also, before I put that up, I want to power wash and clean the whole front of the house. It's not been done in a while. There's like cobwebs everywhere and things, and it just needs a bit of a zhuzh. So that also involves borrowing the power washer from my neighbours, which is like another big job. And if I'm borrowing the power washer from the neighbours, then I need to do the front of the house, I need to do all the terrace, the stairs, the walkway, I also need to do the boat. So lots of jobs to do, but they're all quite big jobs, and because obviously I'm doing this evenings, weekends, whenever I've got kind of a spare minute, having, you know, 3 or 4 hours to power wash everything is a bit of a hard time to find. But that's kind of where we're at with the garden at the moment and the jobs. There's still lots of little things to do. It's really coming together. I'm so happy with it. But yeah, I need to keep pushing through and get through some of these other phases, because then it's really gonna come together and just be that kind of oasis entertainment place that I've always kind of thought it could be in my head. But I will say that I've been spending a huge amount more time outside, really enjoying being on the terrace, working outside when I'm working from home, spending evenings out here. I'm loving the hot tub. It was such a good decision. I've wanted one for ages, and I've been going in every night. It's so relaxing. So yeah, so far I'm really happy with everything I've done so far, which is giving me the sort of confidence to push forward and to keep going.
Hope you all enjoyed this week's roundup. As usual, there's no lack of drama going on. Thank you for all your continued support. Thank you for liking, subscribing and sharing, and I look forward to sharing next week's adventures with you.